Yeah. Hey. Racks on racks on racks. Yeah. How can I lax? Sick and I move. Yeah. Made my own bars. Still I don't lack. Yeah. Racks on racks. Racks on racks on racks. Yeah. How can I lax? Sick and I move. Yeah. Made my own bars. Still I don't lack. I need racks on racks on. Stay in the east, but I move through the west. King of the talk, got that with your chest. I've been around in the cloud and neglect. I made a sound that was mine for the get. How long I got, man, as long as I get. I'm from the side with a time never rest. Move through the side like it's mine unprotected. Do it for the side, I'ma rise and direct it, yeah. On me, trying to get my dough. Wrist on freeze, but the time not slow. They love to talk on the way I glow, yeah. Hustle on, that's all I know. Made it on mine, and that's all I know. Went to next.
And the Lakers all decked out as they made their way off the bus and into the arena earlier on. The soaring CN Tower is seen from the waters of Lake Ontario, along with the rest of beautiful downtown Toronto, our setting today. And before we get going,
Kevin, thanks very much. Last season, LeBron James set a career high in assists, and he said the assist has always been his favorite. LeBron said, "It gives my teammates an opportunity to score, and that's what's always mattered to me." And that team-first mentality is just a big part of who LeBron is. Kevin?
always looking to bring his guys with him. Thanks, David. And now the Lakers starting group. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Anthony Davis is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Bradley in at the point. And for Toronto, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Anunoby in at the small forward position. All teams tonight, Greg, love to push the ball up the floor, even off made shots.
You know, trying to find an opening before the half-court D can set up. I think you're going to see more and more of that every year.
I agree. Passes it to Siakam. Lowry kicks to VanVleet. Three-pointer. That shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Outside, Green. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, he's got length and size. Danny Green is very comfortable operating near the cup.
Ibaka, the pass to Siakam. This one for 3. Rebounded by McGee. James against Anunoby. He can't get that one to fall. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Lowry finds VanVleet. Back to Lowry. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist.
Well, there is absolutely no doubt that Kyle Lowry can shoot with range. He can make you pay from out there.
And the dunk by James.
He plays with such an aggressive attitude. Even a sliver of daylight gets him to the rim.
And the Raptors with the ball. Lowry passes to VanVleet. Back to Lowry. VanVleet with the bucket.
Well, there's an awareness that's required to be a good passer, and Kyle Lowry, he has it.
And with Kyle Lowry, the assist numbers don't jump off the page at you, but he has fantastic vision, and his decision-making is also elite.
Greg, for me, what stands out about Kyle Lowry is his willingness to adjust his game based on what his team needs. There's been times in his career where he's been a go-to scorer, and his three-point shooting can be infectious to his team. That toughness on the drive really strikes you. But there's also been times where he takes a back seat to scoring and says, all right, time to get my guys involved. He can do either.
Back to Lowry. Pass to VanVleet. A three-pointer off the mark. Lakers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Bradley finds Green. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Fred VanVleet picks one up.
Guys, let's remember, Danny Green was waived not just once, twice. But I love that he didn't put his head down. And ultimately, he wins his first championship with the 2014 Spurs. And what a valuable piece he remains.
And he can't get the first one.
And you talk about the perfect veteran wing player. Danny Green's right at the top of that list. Solid defense, good shooter, and plays within himself.
The Lakers making a switch here. Howard's checked in. And Greg, the experiences that Danny Green has had over the course of his terrific career, it's hard to match.
I mean, he's won multiple titles in his career, done so in different places with different types of teams. He's seen it all and knows what it takes to succeed.
Here's James trying to get open as Davis, and he banks in the layup. James has got his second basket.
Boy, bump them all you want. If James has already started his motion on a scoring chance, little you can do about it.
Howard against Lowry. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Raptors shooting their first free throw of the night here. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Just for this trip to the line, I'll call him by his full name. Frederick Edmund VanVleet Sr. Had to get that in there. Now we can just go back to Freddie B.
Marcus All's checked in for the Raptors. The Lakers also changing it up. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for James. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Danny Green. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Avery Bradley. Norman Powell's checked in for the Raptors. Davis comes in for Fred VanVleet. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Markieff Morris is checked in for Davis. Loads it up there for Siakam. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Now there's elite athleticism by Pascal Siakam. Makes that easy work.
Kuzma outside. Count it. Good. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Outside, Davis. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Some changes for Toronto. Chris Boucher comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for Kyle Lowry. So it's Toronto now, trailing by 2. 5 on the clock. Here's Powell. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, you don't want to see Norman Powell settling for outside looks. Love when he goes to work down deep.
Here's Kuzma. Morris trying to free himself up. There's the pass to Howard. Over Gasol. Howard can't hit.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Gasol's shot is good.
I'll tell you size up the defense, you know when to rise and fire and to catch and shoot. Marc Gasol doing work.
Here's Rondo. The shot, no good. And Toronto will go the other way with it. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
Lakers have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Powell kicks to Davis. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. And the Lakers making a change here. Caruso's checked in. Here's Hollis-Jefferson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And again, no good by Toronto. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. And it's Rondo penetrating, and he makes good on the layup.
And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
Here's Powell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Rajon Rondo.
Well, Norman Powell, these last several seasons, has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season, much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
The free throw drops for Powell.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting. This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
It's Kuzma penetrating, and Gasol sends it back. Left side, Davis. Powell, no one around him. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Powell's got 7.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Kuzma inside. Alice Jefferson's there. Caruso, no good.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And Davis wide open. He shoots. No good on the 3. Here's Morris. Wow! Unbelievable!
Can't do it much better than that right before the clock expires.
What a way to seize momentum. Can it carry over into the next quarter? Beautifully done.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The Raptors out in front. They lead by 3. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma, who loves playing alongside so much talent.
You know, for me, it's super cool just to learn, sit back, watch, but also compete against these guys. You know, that's something that I want to do. So to be around those guys and, you know, be in the foxhole with those guys is, you know, it's pretty incredible.
Well, Kuzma, Greg, has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Toronto right now, it's Boucher out there with Marc Gasol. Then it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. And there's Davis, and it's Powell in at the 2. Ball's knocked loose, and James picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. The Lakers also making some changes. Davis is checked in for Morris. Green comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Avery Bradley in for Alex Caruso. Van Vliet outside. Gets a very good look and converts. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 8 now for Toronto. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry.
Boy, when I think of Kyle Lowry as an NBA player, obviously the basketball skill is what has put him into this position. But it's also, guys, sort of the tough-minded nature, his willingness to put his body on the line nightly. They have both been critical aspects to his success. What a joy to watch this guy. And you know what we call him now? NBA champion.
Van Vliet outside. And Ibaka kicks to Lowry. Siakam outside. Trying to get open as Ibaka. And Siakam with the basket on the assist by Lowry.
Now this guy continues to build his offensive skill set. Pascal Siakam with the mid-range jumper.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic, struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. But the league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, D.A. Howard's checked in for the Lakers. Lakers trail by 11. Here's LeBron.
At his size, LeBron is a handful inside, and sometimes you can't help but foul him to try and prevent that easy bucket.
Los Angeles shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season.
He's off on the second.
I think what amazes me about LeBron James is that he never stops pushing. This guy is pursuing greatness.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Davis. And the layup's good off the glass. Davis has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
And for everything that Anthony Davis does on the floor, you can't forget about his defense. Still an elite level defender, guards multiple positions and turns away a number of shots.
Here's LeBron. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Toronto leading by 11. And here we go. Fast break. Van Vliet's got it. The shot by Lowry, no good. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And Davis gets a lot of blocks without getting in foul trouble. About a 1-to-1 ratio for him in his career.
Incredible. And he's done a great job of learning how to go straight up, playing vertical. Gets blocks, but doesn't get pulled out of position. Does everything you want from a defensive anchor.
Siakam against Davis. It's stolen by Davis. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
The foul couldn't hold Davis down. His scoring ability is just that strong.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shots, so he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. And it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for OG Anunoby.
And like the greats before him, AD has taken the time to develop all aspects of his game. You have to respect that.
And Davis sends it back. And they'll keep possession to the inside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul. I mean, the improvement that we've seen from Siakam, it's like nothing else I've ever seen. He's a huge reason for the success of this Raptors team.
Greg, in 2 short years, this guy triples his output from the floor. He goes from a guy who was getting spot minutes, couldn't really get into the rotation, to an all-star. The transition game, his ability to use that speed, and then his approach, the work habits, both of those 2 things have been critical to his growth.
Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in two different settings.
Yeah, I mean, two very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver.
And Seattle, right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Rondo finds Morris. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Well, there's the intensity of Morris, playing angry, finishing through contact. Nice.
Now here's Powell. Tight defense on him. Over Caldwell Pope. The shot by Powell, no good.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Morris. Outside for Rondo. Dishes it to Morris. A second chance effort, and it's good on the way in. Morris has got 6.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get your minutes per game up.
The Raptors shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And both free throws good for Davis. Lakers trail by 8. Gasol with the steal. Davis down low. He's covered by Rondo. And it's Davis missing. Up top, Morris. Lets it go with a 3. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Toronto holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kyle Lowry. Kyle, you came out strong to take advantage in the first half. Were you pleased with the effort?
Yeah, we got to keep it up. Our defensive intensity has to stay high.
That has led to some great play at the other end. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. And Kyle Lowry, one of the great do-it-all guards in the NBA. Kenny, in your mind, does he get enough credit for what he brings to the court? You're right. Thanks for joining us, folks.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. One of the stories here, Kyle Lowry getting it done today.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
Lakers trail by 8, taking a look at Los Angeles. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Green is out there with Avery Bradley, and it's McGee in at the 5 spot. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Good on the bucket. Siakam's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Raptors.
Well, Siakam pushing right through the contact. Go ahead, young sir.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
They double him with Green. Down low. It's stolen by Bradley. McGee with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. But they get it back. Second chance shot. The rebound by Ibaka.
and it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Van Vliet passes to Siakam. McGee with the block. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Here's Bradley, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Toronto. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that ability to play in space is so vital. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Bradley. Here's Lowry, and another basket for Toronto.
They'll get to that sweet spot. Nice mid-range jumper by Kyle Lowry. So effective.
Green kicks to Rondo. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And here they go. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Rondo, no good. Raptors leading by 10. From the arc. And Kyle Lowry again. Lowry's got 15 points.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
They grab their own miss. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
These are the kinds of plays that can be game changers, that can make you hang your head.
And Toronto making a change here. Powell's checked in. The Lakers also changing it up. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for LeBron. And it's Alex Caruso in for Green. Caruso, and again, unable to change momentum here. Now Powell. He's got 7. No one covering. 10 points for him.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Timeout called the Lakers.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
And the Raptors with some changes. Marc Gasol is checked in for Ibaka. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. Davis is subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Markieff Morris is checked in for the Lakers. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Rajon Rondo. He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Lowry has the open look. Buries it from three-point range. Lowry's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Toronto. Here's Howard. Rebound by the Raptors.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Here's Lowry.